market news and views. So, key question I always get asked every time. I'll be out there, so I'll answer it now so we don't have to do it again and again. What's the current state of the market? Obviously, a little bit up and down. There's this Brexit, no, what is it? Lexit? No, what was it? Okay. No, Brexit, that's it. We've got changes in Europe, you know, within political landscape. We've got the US changing. You've got Trump in charge. It was crazy being there last week. The thing is that they're so divided, it was weird, if I'm honest. And all that does influence recruitment activity, obviously. But as a specialist area, we're actually insulated from it in a little way, because it's not like I'm going to get a phone call one day. I wish I dream of that day when I get a phone call. Mike, we'd like 5 group treasurers, please. God, that'd be my best Christmas ever. But I get a call and it's just one treasurer. There may be, as we move down, a couple of assistant treasurers in any typical model, and then you've got analyst level people as well. But there is constant turnover. Obviously, as you move up in seniority, there's less. Junior end of the market has been busy. Dan, my colleague, covers the European markets, so make sure you all talk to Dan afterwards as well. And we have got business cards at the back, so you can actually talk to us as well. But it has been pretty busy. Particular areas, we've said recently, Netherlands, Luxembourg. Here in Austria, we've started to see an upsurge. I think it's also because we're getting more well known as well. The US has been coming back. But one of the key drivers over all of this, I found, certainly from CFOs, is that they've said they wanted treasurers that have a real clarity over, or getting clarity over the risks they face, particularly with things like Brexit happening and all the external turmoil, if you like, rather than the internal. And they've wanted more controls so that they know exactly where they stand. Senior levels, there has been good activity, but very specific skill sets are being requested. Again, I was interviewed the other day and someone said to me, you know, what did I see when people were asking for treasurers? It's quite an interesting one, really. I get a CFO or FD will say to me, Mike, I want a brand new treasurer. I'm like, yes, we want a really new person, new ideas. We want straight through processing. We want blockchain. It's like they've swallowed literally a couple of the conference brochures in some ways and regurgitated a bit. And then I said, oh, fantastic. It's a great opportunity to refresh things. And then we get to the end. I said, you've got job description. Yeah, no problem. Bottom drawer, out it comes, 5 years. Blows off a bit of the dust, crosses the date and hands it back to me. So it fills me with dread that sometimes. We are seeing a change there, so it is actually helping. And I've been asked as well at the conferences, have I seen your role as treasurers change? And I wouldn't say necessarily it's changed over the past few years, because you've always been experts in areas such as risk management, foreign exchange, bank relationships, and IT and systems. But what I've noticed is that you're having to balance all those things with all the other stuff that's on your plates. Sometimes you might have been seen as a more specialist area, but you're still being asked to be the solution to your CFO's problems, be the paracetamol, if you like, for their issues. And they want you to take away that headache whilst also spinning all the other plates. It's a challenging role being a modern treasurer, so come and talk to me if you do need more advice on that. But I don't think it's easy. But a good way of looking for all of that is to talk to people like myself, to look at LinkedIn, to gain all that new knowledge. Now, the other question I get asked, a couple of people ask, salaries. So, we have for you, and I think I mentioned this to Jan Martin, some hot off the press news. We do a salary survey. It's a very little known website called treasurysalary.com. Yeah, try and remember that. Bit of controversy. 72% of you lot are happy. So if we look at that, that's right. So 28, yeah, just that row. So you lot are really happy. Fantastic. I'll be seeing you lot at the bar. Guys, this lot are buying because they're very happy. Currently we've got approaching 600 participants in the salary survey. In terms of Austria, though, we only have, not saying that just these 4 gentlemen, it's a confidential survey, but just 4 Austrians taking part. If we do get enough Austrian participation, we'll run a straight ACTA survey as well, so you actually know exactly where to benchmark yourselves. 3 minutes to take part, 200-page report for free as a result. exclusive results as well for anyone who takes part. Now the funny bit, people say 72% happy. So stable teams, right? Everyone's really happy, they're not moving. Does it? So you're all looking for new jobs. Calm down. Just give me a cast when you are looking for the new job. More than 80% said yes, they were looking for a role. So what does this mean for you when you're managing teams? As well as being an eye-opener and a couple of laughs there, if you think it's because your teams are unhappy and it's because they're not being paid enough, it's crazy. It's a salary survey. It's about the money, right? It's not about the money. Those are some of the reasons. Sorry, this was colour, but we brought it down to make it a bit readable. Again, we'll share it with you. So you need to be focusing on, these are the reasons why people actually, what makes people happy in their roles. But the other bit is, what makes them unhappy? It's you as a boss. It's the work itself. The weird, crazy bit is, salary was there. On the previous one, competitive salary is actually 2%. It's actually doing something worthwhile, making a difference. That's what's really different, is making varied, enjoyable work. What are the other bits I say about this? Unhappy, let's go to unhappy. How do you feel about your salary? This is overall. 67% comfortable. Don't worry, I'm not doing a Paris moment and just reading off the slides again. This is just to make a couple of points on it. If they're unhappy in their roles, it's not about then throwing them the money. Now, people have said to me in the past, the observation that I've made as I've grown, and we've done this salary survey before, is people have said, do a salary survey, is it actually, and as people get more senior, they do get happier. So all the treasurers are really happy, treasury analysts are really unhappy at the bottom of the pile. That's not it. That's not the actual reason. What's happened is when I've interviewed people and spoken to them, it's about empowerment. And it's about self-actualization within your roles and being directed by yourself. What I mean by that is, most group treasurers, I was talking to Nick Taylor, Group Treasurer Schroders recently, I talked about this again on the podcast, he generally meets his boss about once a year in a formal setting. And they define the goals for the year, and every quarter they have a quick catch-up over coffee. If there's an emergency, they get together straight away. But other than that, it's like, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm on track. Yeah, great. All right, bye. That's it. Treasurers, or treasury managers, and treasury analysts in particular, are being directed every day. Please do this. Please do this. Please do this. And that's what it is. It's about setting them goals and helping them. So it's offering ways that you might be able to give their roles a challenge and recognising their efforts. So, we come back to that dreaded, well, if you do want to take part in the survey, as I say, treasurysalary.com. Worth taking part in. Now, this next one, oh yeah, love it, Brexit. And also robots. It's all right, you're all going to be taken over by the Daleks soon. Is Brexit, I know that's the next, I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to do the next lecture as well. Is it directly affecting treasurers? It's not. And I don't think it will necessarily affect treasury professionals because you guys spend your time coping with all these different issues and challenges. But it does mean the markets you're dealing in have further issues. You as skilled treasury professionals need to prove your case to work them. I also get people saying, with Brexit, is it going to affect migration of staff? It already has. There's a net migration loss to the UK where lots of people have left. Who's left? People below 50k in general. When you actually look at the salaries, the people in skilled employee aren't leaving. So basically, you guys are dealing with it, and I think it's less of an issue. When we talk about IT, are you all going to be taken over by robots? No. There's always going to be automation, removing some of the mundane tasks. I know everyone says, the robots are doing this. But you guys have taken away the low-value tasks before anyway. You've either outsourced them to lower cost bases, or you've automated them. You've brought in treasury management systems. You're focusing on future finance. Now, I know that you robots, it'd be great if they could predict the future, and you guys are looking at the future as treasurers. Now, if you do know how to predict the future really accurately, I'd like to know next week's lottery numbers, please. Okay, no, don't worry. So, joking aside, you've got to have agility of mind and thought.